Today's weekend whiskey is something that you would have seen on the shelves before, and it looks like a fancy bottle, but it's relatively cheap. Today we're tasting 1792 Small Batch. This one is a 93.7 proof, so there should be a little oomph to it, but not too much. As always, we're going to give it a pourability score, a smell score, and a taste score. And the reason I say we is because we have a guest today. Our first guest, officially. All right, before we get into our pourability, we are going to introduce our guest.
Hey!
This is Ms. Portia Poe of the Creative Energy Collective and
Homegirl Harmonies podcast. We drop 2 podcasts a year.
They drop 2 podcasts a year. I, here at Boats, Beats, and Bourbon, encourage them to get on a more consistent level.
It's on there.
I am trying to learn to do so myself. So, as always, do you want to do the honors of uncorking it?
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to uncork and judge the corkability?
All right. We've got a nice shapely bottle here with a cork with a gold top.
But you want to sit it down so they see you go pop.
Oh, I got to do it from here? Okay.
Yes. This is what the fans die. You can't get it? Okay. That is a nicely deep cork. I don't know if there was like extraness put on this, but let's try it again. Yeah, yeah.
No, it was hard coming out the first time.
Okay, that's what she said. All right, so corkability, a good cork. It takes a man's hands to be able to pull it like Excalibur's sword, but we're gonna give that a good corkability. As you see, this is my Glen glass. This is her Lush glass.
That's my favorite cup.
We're going to try to distribute these evenly. So, ladies first, we're going to start with the pourability.
Okay, you hear that? Go, go, go. Yep.
All right.
I think it's a 10 because both was cute.
That is a 10. As I always say, the 10s come from those wide rims. So there's more of like a waterfall effect to it versus it just spilling out and dribbling. So
give some more.
You want a little bit more? All right, Lush cup.
Oh, that's enough. That's enough.
All right, I mean, we're sipping on it.
Okay.
All right, let's have our seats. So,
all right.
First step is the smell score. We both gave the pourability a 10. Now on to the smell. What are you picking up on? In that big cup. Honey?
Something sweet.
I get kind of like a banana.
Let me smell your cup.
Yeah, I told you not to bring that big cup. See, that's the difference between the cups. It smells like smashed bananas.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Spice?
It smells, to me, it smells
honey
like...
and spice and hand sanitizer.
Well, that's the alcohol. It's 93 proof, so you're going to smell the alcohol coming through versus like an 80 proof. But the smell, I smell like banana peel. Like, banana peel is the best way to describe it. There's like some spice in there, but it seems like it'll be covered up by that.
Like a pita.
Not the pita, but the bitterness of a banana peel. So it's just kind of like, say, for example, you take a shot of something hot and then wiped it down with, I don't know, ice cream. You know, it's just kind of like a lemonade. That's what it seems like.
Two things that don't go together is what you're saying.
Well, it seems like it's masked. So probably when we taste this, it's going to taste a lot different than it smells. That's what it is. That's usually how it works when you pick up a fruity note. It smells.
Because I'm getting fruit and sanitizer.
All right, so I'm going to give the smell. What do you give the smell?
I'm going to give it a 7 because hand sanitizer.
You smell hand sanitizer, but yeah, I don't smell hand. I've smelled some hand sanitizer. This is not hand sanitizer. This has like a sweet smell to it.
It's in there, but it's like hand sanitizer from Bath and Body Works.
See, I'm going to give the smell an 8 because I don't know what I'm about to taste.
You never had it?
No, I've never had it.
Is this fancy?
No, it was like $30.
Oh, I done wore my jacket for something that's $30.
I wear my jacket for something that costs everything. Get used to it, dress formally, and be presentable at all times. So I'm going to get a smell an 8. Just because I don't know what I'm getting into, and then from prior experiences, whenever I pick up like now I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness. A little bit further away. Yeah, so banana nut bread. Like that's banana nut bread. Like smell it. It smells like banana nut bread. Like don't put your nose.
I want to believe you.
Like if you.
I see what you're saying, but then no, I don't. I go to like a very light but cheap cologne.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna go cologne. So Fergus is coming all different proofs.
See, yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not experienced in the whiskey, so it's like.
But that's why you're here. So
I can put it on.
So if you had to describe it, I don't want to sway you, but how would you describe it? Because
it like I said, honey, spice, and hand sanitizer.
And I'm gonna describe it as banana nut bread that was smeared on the barrel before they put the whiskey in.
Oh, that's cool.
Then they put the whiskey in. And then it soaked up some of that scent. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they made it with. But this is how I do my descriptions. So just say they smeared banana nut bread all around the barrel. Then they set it in, not a thick layer, just a thin layer. And it soaked up some of that taste. You still get the woodiness a little bit. And I say banana nut bread because it smells like bananas to me. And there's a bit of nuttiness into it.
They say a marriage of different barrels. So you may be onto something with you.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to give it the smell an 8 because I don't know what the taste is going to be. Let's go with the taste. This is going to take a second taste because it's the shock to the tongue.
It's too spicy.
Yeah, of the alcohol. It's more spicy than you would anticipate. Mm-hmm. Then you taste the alcohol too. You taste the alcohol, but then
whatever that flavor is that they want to put in there, they should have put more.
Well, that's why it's like you have to take a couple sips of it because your body's automatically going to react to the hotness of it. So, but try it like this. When you take the shot, just get a little bit on your tongue and inhale. Like don't drown, but inhale. It's kind of like when I inhaled, I tasted that banana-y taste.
I see what you're saying now. Like if a banana had a pit.
Yeah. If you ate the brown part of a banana, that's a good description. Yeah, like it's not wood, but
it's a pit.
Yeah, it's from a banana, but so the taste, just because it's more spicy than anticipated, I'm not gonna give it a 10. I'm not gonna give the taste a 10, but it's good. It is good.
What's the lowest you ever gave for shit?
Probably like a 6. Probably like a 6.
Okay, maybe that don't deserve that then.
Because if you tasted this, like, you would probably like this, and I hated it. So,
well, let me finish this, then I'll try.
Yeah, cleanse your palate. Cleanse it with some Vernors. That always helps.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, so this is one that I may or may not have posted. This is the Ancient Age, and just go ahead and you have on a fur coat, so go ahead and drink it straight from the bottle. like classy, So, but smell that. Now, what does that smell like to you?
That's honey.
Honey?
That's giving honey. That's giving honey or maple or something.
See, it smells like straight up apple to me.
No.
I smelled it when it opened. It smelled like apple. You know what it is? I think it works like dogs. Like, I have a longer nose than you. So I have more sensory.
They go in there.
Yeah, I have more sensory receptacles. I don't know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You like it?
I like her better.
You know why?
Why?
It's an 80 proof, for one, so it's not as alcoholic.
Okay, I don't need all that sanitizer.
And it's so how would you describe the taste on that one?
That's just like soft, regular. It's like mid, but it's doable. So I would say a little bit of honey or maple. I can't really tell. I'm gonna say maple. I'm gonna go with the maple. I'm gonna say like that they just poured it on some wood and let it fall in the barrel. It ain't got wood, but it's just, they just did this down the wood. And then outside of that, it's just very light and mid, and you know that's.
Yeah. So this one I didn't like it because it's just like it didn't really. It had like a character. What it seemed like with this one was that they made this with intentions on making something better, that they were gonna sit in the barrels longer.
Mm-hmm. It did. It do taste like it didn't sit long enough.
It tastes rushed. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really like it. And then it was just like the flavors. It just seems like it was so much of everything going on at once that none of it broke up. You know what I'm saying? It was like you didn't really get like layers to
That's
it.
why I said it was like
but this one, I do think that I'm getting like layers to it. Like it's like it opens up with that spice, but then it cools down.
You know what? You're right. Because that time I just drank it after going back and forth and doing the burners, it didn't hit as hard in the spice department.
Right.
It had, and now I'm tasting more of that banana pit situation.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is something that I could drink on a night out. Like, if this, I mean, I wouldn't pick it over Woodford Reserve. I wouldn't pick it if it's like Jack and Coke. You know, Jack is always a go-to. But it's just like, if I saw this, I'd be like, all right, I'll get this. If all they have is like something I've never had before and something I don't like, I'll go with this one. It's a safe bet. I'm going to give the taste on this, especially for the price point. Because some of these bottles like that I've bought were like, you know, obviously for the same size, $60. So twice as much as this one. And that's a cheap bottle there. We're gonna get to that next. But this for $30, this is a pretty decent whiskey.
It's cool. And like you can go out and drink that. I can drink that out. I can deal with that.
And it also is not as like what she said with this one. How much do you think this bottle was?
About the same.
$30?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Well, that's why it's unfinished.
Yeah, unfinished, it's lighter, So this bottle was $15. This is pretty much, and I think this one is twice as good as this one.
But also, again, I don't like the sharp.
Yeah, you don't like the strength. The proof of it. Like the proof will not set you free.
I like the proof, I just don't want to taste it. Like, get to the point, but don't.
But you gotta drink more. You don't even taste it no more. You don't taste anything anymore.
I do.
But so I'm gonna get a taste on this an 8.
Okay.
You don't have to agree with me because you're a woman. So it's just like if it's a woman watching this, and I think most of my fans are 80-year-old women.
0.25.
6.25.
Yeah. You can have your little piece of extra.
Yeah, I would go with an 8. If you're buying this. So this would be, I will put this alongside something like a Bullet Bourbon, you know, the orange label, or the green label. Yeah, I will put this alongside of it. Like if I'm in between two things, I'm like, I could go Bullet or this. Like that's where I would put it. Okay. Like again, if they were like, if we were taking shots and it was like this or Jack, I would take this over Jack.
Yeah, because Jack is boring.
But then it's like this or Woodford.
I'm
Woodford.
taking Woodford. But if it's like this or Bullet Bourbon,
I'm gonna have to go with the bullet.
so you would go with the Bullet, I go with this. Because I just feel like the Bullet is just more in your face, just raw.
Get to the point.
This is more like, all right, I can sip this shot if I wanted to. So
I don't know what's.
yeah, we're in the process of developing a palate over here. Still no change. No change.
6.1.
It went down. It lost. It gets worse with time. Let me just finish mine. So what we're gonna do when we have a guest, and I don't know if she's prepared, but she's always prepared. What we want to do is just talk about
with my mink.
Mink. That is the mink.
This was $35 on Akira.
No, what? It was $3,500. We get money over here. So tell people. But so we're just gonna say, what do you do? What do you do?
What do I do when?
For work. What do you do? What is your expertise?
I do everything creative. I take pictures. I direct. I write. I design graphics and other things. And I just can ask me a question. I got the answer. That's just it.
Yeah, like she literally does do anything, like any and everything. Like she'll edit a video, she'll put together an obituary, like she'll direct a music video, which she's done a few times, you know. So you can follow her at
Creative Energy Collective on Instagram, or 50 Shades of Shade with underscores in between everything. That's where I do nonsense. Twitter, Podcast Po, because remember, I do got a podcast that we drop once a decade, but it's out there on all streaming services.
Yep, and
it's funny.
Yep, and I'll remain ominous. I am the unreachable soul and the top hat. but
and TikTok, Homegirl Harmonies.
So what made you get into that? Was that always something that was like a passion of yours, or did you just kind of pick it up after college, or what?
I think it's ADD, to be honest.
ADD. We don't misdiagnose on this channel.
Because you can't just tell me that I gotta like one thing. That's no.
So
or that I gotta do one thing. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in convention in that way.
Okay, so that kind of goes into the name of the Creative Energy Collective, right? It's just
I do everything, and I like working with people. I like to collaborate, but you got to be about business. You can't be on BS.
Right, business has BS in there, but we're gonna take it out and just have ussiness. And that's where the collective of the Creative Energy comes in. You take the BS out of business and just have ussiness.
Period. I like that. I'm putting that somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know which S I took out, but it was one of them. One of them still gets said. You know, but so you say it was just, but I mean, you say that you don't have to necessarily do one thing, but you could have been just like the national thumb wrestling champion. What made you go into digital art and design and creation? Because
ever since I was little, I wanted to create stuff. I used to write books and stuff when I was younger. Like my mom and my granny would take me to their job, and I'm like, give me a computer with Microsoft Word or Mavis Beacon teaches typing, something so I can write.
Okay.
So I started there. Then I used to write fan fiction for B2K and Bow Wow and all of my on the MSN message boards. I had fans. They was reading, they was following.
And who is B2K and Bow Wow? My fan base is in their 70s to 80s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Still
a
trying to drop that number
sensation down. From the 2000s, boys of the new millennium, and a rapper who has Arrested Development. But yeah. Ooh, I got a little tipsy. They probably see it. That's gonna be funny.
I mean, that's the whole point. This is
because I was regular.
This is like drink channels, but just with one weirdo in the top hat looking at you, you know? So it's, I mean, you know, but you're a weirdo in the top hat at this point. So
hey.
That's what it is. But so pretty much you started off with the writing, the fan fiction. So you was always
I had like fans at the school. One of my homegirls, Kaya, she used I used to write the stories down and have them on notebook papers and pages and folders and just mess everywhere because I'd be a little unorganized at the time. And she'd be like, where's the next chapter? She would find me after class, like, where's the next? But the problem is that I would never finish them. They never have an ending. They would just be oblivion, and then I'll find another concept to write about. I want to say my writing journey started off how Tyler Perry still is. Like it's just a concept that come in your head, and you be like, ooh, I can make a whole story about that. But then you really can't, because that's not a full concept.
But if you leave it open-ended, you can always make a concept off of what the previous concept was. It doesn't necessarily have to have an ending.
You don't have no nothing. Like you'll hear a song, you'd be like, I could make a movie or a book or a story off that song. And then you get to writing it, and they be like, well, what's the ending? Because like the song don't really, it could have an ending, but it don't. But yeah. And I feel like that's how Tyler Perry write. He hear like a lyric, and he be like, I can make a whole movie. And then he get to the middle of it and be like, shit, you just got to keep going on.
Yeah, he'll be like a raisin in the sun. And he just sitting there with just this dry ass raisin that he's filmed for 3 days and it's done nothing but get drier. But
yeah. That's how the movies be.
It was like, yeah, there's going to be a silent film.
Like, put Medea in it. Shit.
Yeah. Get this raisin out there, son. It's just like, oh, that's the movie. Just Medea walks up at hour 22.
Medea cooks a raisin. Yeah, so, that's how. But writing was my jam. Photography came because you bought me a camera so that I could make YouTube videos. But I was too much of a sham and probably a little insecure to make the YouTube video. So I just started taking people pictures.
So you aren't the person in front of the camera. You're more comfortable behind the camera.
Yes, I took acting classes too with Moolah Films. So
you're not the president. You are the deep state.
Period.
And that is why we here.
Oh my God.
You see that hat, people? That's the deep state hat. Actually, that might be racist because that hat is kind of, yeah. All right, whatever. We're going to just move on. But, yeah, so you move into just pretty much just creative things, but you don't like being in front of the camera, but you did take the acting class.
Yeah, I took that because I felt stuck doing like I knew I wanted to run a business. I knew I wanted, but I was just, convention had me blinded. Like, it has to be photography, or it has to be film, or it has to be writing. No, it could be whatever the fuck I want it to be. So, yeah. What'd you ask me? Because I'm drunk. I forgot.
You're not drunk. You're a lightweight. But,
drink.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, what did you say, though, before that?
The question was, you like being the person behind the camera?
Oh, yeah. The reason I took the acting classes to get my, like, the reason why people take improv classes and stuff, just to be able to speak in front of people and get that communication, just be able to not be nervous and stuff. And after I took the classes, like, taking the classes, I just needed something to do. But after I took the classes, that's when I went back to school. That's when I started a business. It unlocked something. Like, no, I don't want to be an actor, but I want to be able to talk and move in this industry or in this lane, but behind the camera.
So just kind of like a little piece of what you said. When you had like speech classes and stuff, like, were you nervous to give a speech?
No, I would tear somebody up. I took debate all 4 years of high school.
But I'm saying, like, say it's like, all right, it's my turn to present in front of the class or to read in front of the class. Did you ever have nerves?
Maybe when I was younger, but I don't remember the last time I was nervous to talk in front of people. Even when I did the 75th this weekend, I had to talk, and it's just like, I have to do it, I'm just doing it. Like, and then I'll get nervous after, like, did I sound stupid? Did I look stupid? I don't know.
See, I'm the opposite. It's like, the minute before I'm about to go talk, it's just like full-blown anxiety attack. And then it's kind of like, it's like the pressure of like, the last second shot is coming to you and you got to shoot it.
Yeah.
But then when I get out there on the court, I'm like, well, I'm either going to make it or miss it, or I'm just going to drop the ball out of bounds. It's just like whatever is going to happen is going to be over with in 30 minutes, So I get out there and I give a speech in front of, like whoever, I don't care, but it's just
and it'd be the thing where it's like, you doing it, which means ain't nobody else doing it, which means them niggas more nervous than you. So whoever watching me, judging me, whatever me, y'all wouldn't stand up here and do it.
And see, no, my thing is, it's like, I look at it as like the people that's listening, they don't necessarily want to be there. So I'm just talking, they don't care what I'm saying anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if I'm in class giving my speech, I'm like, the only person listening is the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, so I know people are listening, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I always look at it like, they don't care.
No.
They don't care. You know, it's just like, they just hear it as a formality.
Right.
And I'm just knocking this out. Because then it's also like, the beauty where I think it's a skill, and you probably had this too, is like, say I get up there, I'm giving a speech and I got notes and stuff that I'm supposed to be going off of.
Mm-hmm.
When you giving that speech, you the only one that know how it's supposed to go.
Right.
So my freestyle game,
nobody knows that you messed up.
Yeah, I'll get into the middle of it and
skip
just
the whole paragraph.
Yeah, I get into the middle of it and just be like, so you know, let's look at it like this. Just start talking to people, like start doing crowd
like
work.
when you Mama need a house, baby needs some shoes.
That was scripted.
Times are getting hard. Guess
Yeah.
what I would do?
Yeah, that was scripted.
Hustle. He did that at Easter.
I did that.
Hard.
In NAACP.
Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard.
I did it. I delivered it that exact way in front of all of the most important black people at our school. This is in college. Like, it's like directors of departments there, and I got up there quoting Ace Hood.
Hustle.
And you know, the administration loved it. Some people hated it, but you know,
fuck them. Y'all did that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, so not nervous or whatever, but not necessarily like you don't want to be the star. You want to be the, let's say, you want to be the Harvey Weinstein in the
what?
case. Huh? I'm just saying words just like this is a Weinstein film. That's what you want to be.
No.
Huh? Tyler Perry.
No.
Diddy.
Shonda Rhimes.
What's her allegations?
No allegations. I don't want any allegations.
I only know directors and people.
Speaking of allegations, see, this is the competitive advantage I have. But see, people got to have trust in women and their skills and abilities. But at the same time, nigga photographers are creepy.
Yeah.
And they be doing too much. But I'm a woman, and I don't care, like, what you wearing, if your boobies are out. I don't care about none of it.
But what if it's
you
a
can
dude?
be comfortable.
What if it's a dude that wants his picture taken and he just pull his balls out?
I don't care.
But I'm like, he's walking with him aggressively towards you, though. Like,
you gonna get knocked.
What do you mean? He's still a dude. He's still bigger than you. All you got is a camera.
We're still gonna be fighting. I don't understand.
You'll lose the fight.
Okay.
And then he gonna put his balls on you.
Okay.
Because that was his mission the whole time. Like, somebody gonna touch these balls. And you touched them.
Fine, here, Chet, here.
See, no, you gotta carry a gun, man. But yeah, because I mean, I think it's like, yeah, the adverse is like male photographers are creepy, but then it's like being a woman photographer if you gotta shoot dudes.
Yeah, because I've been at shoots where dudes do too much, and it's just like you have to come Oprah / Iyanla Van Zant or something like you. Like, I understand you're going through a lot, but relax.
Yeah, or just be unfuckable.
That's my main right there. Especially when I'm going out and shooting, I got to come full Young and May. Like, I'm not playing. Don't look at me. Don't touch me. I got camera equipment in the car, and you can take it from me easily. But if I look like you can't take it from me easily.
So do you just try to lead them on every shot instead of saying cheese? You be like, say ooh, say ooh, say ooh.
You just gotta have a certain posture.
Just ooh, like, so that's why your braids is always done when you come back. Okay, let me check this real quick. I just want to make sure because I think it cuts action.
Oh, it stopped?
No, it didn't stop. I'm just stopping that because I think it cuts off at like a certain amount of time to save my memory. But we were just talking about Young M.A. and how she dresses like Young M.A.
You have to, because, well, I'm not going to say that because niggas going to be in my business. But when you're strapped, you got to be extra strapped. That's all I'm going to say.
Like a strap-on dildo.
Whatever that means to people who might be trying to follow me.
You carry a strap-on to your shoots? Do you? No, bro. You know that gay shit, bro. Grab a strap, like, you know it's fake. It's upside down. It's just the balls at the bottom of your pants leg. You're doing it all wrong.
I'm not using right, but you don't fucking mess with me.
Yeah, but let's see. So we got into what you do, what kind of got you there. What would you say
The dog is still outside.
The dog is still outside, and good riddance. She makes so much noise and so much squeaks. My last video has all kind of squeaks to it.
Oh.
Yeah, but it kind of threw me off, but I am the host. I am the interviewer, expertise, and you don't know what I was going to ask, so I can freestyle it and make it look good. But, so what would you say is the holdup, or would be the holdup? Because you started doing the photography stuff, let's say like, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Don't do me.
I'm asking you.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's a long ass time.
So 9 years. Okay, so what would you say? Well, I'm just saying, like, you didn't do it straight out of college.
No.
So what would you say would be the holdup? Because you never know who's watching it. You know, like, I know my little brother be watching this. Yeah. So what would you say is the, yeah, we're shooting. Yeah. it's ideally an audience there. Or it's me watching it back. But, yeah, what would you say that the holdup would be instead of jumping straight into it?
Instead of jumping straight into photography, or
just anything.
Entrepreneurship, period.
Yeah, where you like, I am this Jill of all trades. I'm just gonna start doing it. I'm gonna make my business.
Well, you gotta be honest with yourself, I think, first and foremost, and with your work ethic. You can't be a bullshitter and think you're going to do something that, like, think of the successful entrepreneurs or people who work for themselves. They typically aren't bullshitters unless they're scammers. So you could be a scammer.
But even a scammer, though, like, has that thing in them where it's just like hustle all the time.
Yeah, but
Feast
to take other people's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but still, if you're gonna be a thief, you want to be a good one.
You want to be successful.
Yeah, you want to be a successful.
But even that takes work ethic. Like, you cannot be lazy. And then if you are lazy, you have to know that that's the reason you're stagnant. It's because you're lazy.
Right. Like, you can only rob so many people at gunpoint.
You have to, and even that, you doing it the same way. You sticking niggas up the same way each time. You have to figure out a way to scale that. Why are you still holding guns up to their back at the gas station?
Stick them up. Stick them up. Stick them up. Give me your keys, say. No more. No more, right? You're gonna swim with the fishes, right?
If you're doing that the same way for 10 years straight, then you're not a good robber. You have to fucking, you gotta elevate.
You gotta elevate. I say pull up in a tank and just say, put your things in this little hatch that I've made.
And if that's trial and error, and you may lose some money trying that. You gotta be prepared for that. You gotta be prepared for not being able to dress fly and spend a bunch of money and do a bunch of things and go on vacation if you trying to work for yourself. And I say this as that's not quite where I want to be, but I can see the promised land. You just can't be a bullshitter.
Yeah, and it's like everything. There's always going to be, even with this channel. Okay, you're watching this video today. It has 20 million views. Okay, but when I shot this, believe me, I only had 21 subscribers. And 2 of them was me. So I only had 19 subscribers. And 1 of them was her. 2 of them was her. So, like, that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, I'm shooting videos on jets now. I shot a video out of space. All that is in the future, but it's in the past. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like everything starts somewhere. It's always going to be like, look at it like this. If you're growing your dreadlocks, you're going to have that ugly phase. Everybody has that ugly phase where people like, ooh, they little.
You got no hang time.
Cut your hair. Ooh, why they sticking up like that? And they just poking all around. And but they do be. They just be looking like little toddler fingers on the top of your head. Just
they do.
They be moving, but they don't move because they ain't long enough to move. No, but everybody goes through that ugly phase when they growing dreads. But then a year later, now that's somebody with dreads.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's somebody with dreads. And then you look at them a couple years, like, I got a ponytail. I don't do dreads, but I see, like, I'm like, dang, this hair outgrew mine. You know, and them dreads. I remember.
Get this, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes they grow the dreads for so long, and then the dreads get too heavy for their scalp and start to fall off and break off. And what does that mean? You got to start over. with something else.
You start fresh.
Maybe dreads ain't a long-term plan.
Or you've reached the promised land. You've reached the max of dreads. And I think that that's what a career, you can look at a career path as a lock journey. In a career path, you don't need a whole phase before you start. Unlike a lock
You got
journey.
to explain that.
Yeah, a lock journey. No, whatever. Dudes will get it. But like, yeah, it's just like, but yeah, like, just look at it like a lock journey. You're going to be in there starting off ugly. Like, that's where I'm at right now with this channel. It's just like, yeah, I don't even have a microphone on. You know what I'm saying? We're shooting this straight off the iPhone.
And there's one right there. What the fuck?
It's 2 down here. But I don't have the work ethic to set them up.
Well,
I don't know how to plug 2 of them in, whatever. But
they both the same. You plug one in, they both work.
you're the Creative Energy Collective. I'm the whiskey guy. Relax.
All right.
Okay. You should have done all this creative energy before I started shooting on my phone when I'm the whiskey guy. But yeah, she lives here. So she knew what was going on. So yeah, but it's like, look at it like a lock journey. Like, it's going to be ugly for a minute, but that minute is short in the grand scheme of how long you're going to have those dreadlocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people are going to be like, what do you do for your routine? And how do you get it retwisted and blah, blah, blah. And the user's going to be looking at them people like, I'll tell you, because I'm not laughing at you in your ugly phase, you know?
Because you had one.
Because you had an ugly phase.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has an ugly phase. Unless you were born rich. Then if you're just physically ugly, then that's your ugly phase.
But you can still have an ugly phase, especially if you don't measure up to the people that is the reason why you're rich. Because imagine, who NBA sons suck?
Michael Jordan. His name Michael Jordan too, I think.
Imagine that. This is an extended ugly phase. Because what do?
You gotta go to prison, bro. you gotta commit a crime and be notorious
Or
at that point.
you date Scottie Pippen's wife.
Yeah, but it's just like, I ain't getting into all the little toxic gossip. Oh, future. Nah, I ain't doing all that. But it's just like, yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily an ugly phase though, because it's just like, you still Michael Jordan's son, which means you still got a connection to Michael Jordan.
Yes, but you are the lesser.
You are the lesser and that's the thing.
But you deserve to be if you want to be, because everybody ain't built for it.
But it's like, what are you comparing yourself to? And that kind of goes into whatever. Like again, when I started this whiskey channel, I was like, I'm doing this, I'm putting on this suit and shit to make fun of the people that actually know, like people that don't call it a smell score, they call it the nose. And they don't call it a taste score, they call it the palate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, just cut through all that, because I'm not trying to be pretentious. So I dress pretentious because I'm not pretentious.
Right.
You know,
and that's a separate thing and a separate audience. The people who don't want to deal with that pretentious shit that they don't understand, now they have somewhere to go.
Which is most people, because it's like, most people are just like, what does that whiskey taste like? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why should I get I don't know which one to buy. Mm-hmm. You know how I know? Because I was that guy. So I go to a store and I'm just like, never had that bottle before. That's the one I'm getting.
Try it.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you see why you like it versus why you don't like it.
Exactly. And I just give initial impressions, and it's like, I'm not going to review my favorites. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's what I try to do. But it's, yeah, but that's all it is. It's just like a lock journey, to get back to the point. And right now, your locks are starting to touch your shoulders. You know
they got a little hang time.
You got a little hang time. It's just one lock touching your shoulder, but it's hang time nonetheless. The rest going to get there. But right now, mine is just still looking like Coolio. I'm just like, this channel is the Coolio hang time channel. It's like they stick it up.
That's all right.
But, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like eventually to get there. And yeah, that's that. So I think that we've kind of touched everything. Do we want to recap the scores? I gave the pourability a 10.
10.
I gave the smell an 8.
7.
And I gave the taste an 8.
6.1.
Okay. And what kind of beat do you want in the background? I'm saying one of my beats. I don't have that. I can't just.
So shaking ass is the theme.
A shaking ass beat over while we're talking? You gotta realize, like,
No, yeah, you're right. They might get confused.
It's very confusing. It's very confusing. And it's 80-year-old.
Which one of them beats I redid? Do one of them.
One of the beats you redid.
Mm-hmm.
You redid Just Me. I can find that one.
That's another thing. I can do make beats. If he showed me how to do it again, because I forget every time.
Right. It's just like, I could make bread if she showed me how to make bread. Like, isn't that everybody?
You just got to remind me of where the shit is.
Yeah, isn't that everybody? It's just, show me how to do it and I can do it. Like, yeah.
No, just remind me where I'm supposed to go. And then I'll do it.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's been great hanging with y'all. Hopefully, my lady dropped some gems on you. And hopefully you got some laughs through this. But as always, we will be back again with another Olds, Beats, and Bourbon Weekend Whiskey Review. This one is the 1792, and I think we got some good conversation off of that. If you want to look at a buzz score, look over here. This is buzzer beater, like the buzzed and beater. She's dancing. She's doing a Cupid shuffle in a chair.
I was doing your beat.
The intro beat.
Yeah.
That's how you hear it? That's how you hear it?
Yes.
I mean, I guess it is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I guess. All right, whatever. You was doing a different instrument. You was doing like a sitar, and it ain't a sitar. You was doing some Oriental Asian strings, and it ain't that. It's more gangsta, it's more drill than that. Yeah, but all right. We'll holler at y'all. Or I'll holler at y'all. We'll see if she's a guest again.
Ah.
See what your views do.